The gloves are off at the Red Bull Ring as we get ready for the second race of the season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Larry Tenforder, our championship leader, starts way down fifth on the grid. Yesterday's winner, Leon Köhler, starts in front of him, third on the grid. And the challenger to the throne, Ayhan Changuven, starts from pole position. This looks set to be a great race, doesn't it, Dave?
Sorry, it was just you saying the gloves are off. It reminds me, I spent my life not only commentating on motor racing, but also as a commercial voiceover as well. And I remember once having to do a commercial for a boxing competition. And the sound bed included this thump and then the from the guy because I couldn't read the script because I was laughing so much. So that's why I was laughing. Forgive me. Hello, welcome.
We'll have no laughter here.
Porsche Carrera Cup Germany race 2 then, with Ayhan Changuven going from pole position. Lauren Heinrich P2, Leon Köhler P3. Leon Köhler, what a race from him yesterday. Julian Hanses, I think he is best qualifying. He's going from P4 on the grid.
Yeah, I can't tell you that offhand because I don't have the qualifying to hand. But Julian Hanses, he's been consistent. Well, his highest position of the year. Oh, good grief, that doesn't look very happy to start off with, does it? Starting seventh is the highest that Julian Hanses has scored this year. As we can see, 30 seconds till the engines or till the cars get rolling. So Julian Hanses in his best position yet to get a really good score this season. There's yesterday's winner, Leon Köhler, lining up behind our pole sitter, Ayhan Changuven. And Ayhan Changuven is definitely the man that Larry Tenforder is probably looking over his shoulder at, closing in on his championship lead. You saw Ayhan Changuven there in the car, just focusing, getting ready as the cars start on their formation lap.
What a shot this is on board then, weaving from side to side, going to generate some temperature into the tyres. This big run uphill towards turn number 1. We are on the formation lap and we'll be bringing you the grid in full in just a few moments. Welcome to the Red Bull Ring, this fantastic track then. 4.318 kilometres, 10 turns, 7 right, 3 left. And here is one Mr. B. Oliver with the grid.
Ayhan Changuven, Lauren Heinrich occupying the front row. That is going to be a really interesting fight up to turn 1. Leon Köhler, yesterday's winner, and the ever-improving Julian Hanses for HRT performance on row 2. Championship leader Larry Tenforder, uncharacteristically low 5th, and the very impressive Bastian Busch alongside. Jesse Van Kooyk and Christopher Zirkling occupying row 4 with Max van Splunteren. The visiting Dorian Boccolacci 10th on the grid. 11th, Rudy Van Buren and Luc Hartog. That makes up row 6. Row 7, Lucas Grunewald, and the youngest driver ever to compete in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, Morris Schuring alongside. Sandra Kaibach and Yuka Honkavori occupy row 8. Row 9, Fabio Chitignola and Sebastian Frameth, another visiting driver with HRT performance. Row 10, the leading Pro-Am driver Carlos Rivas with Dan Van Kooyk alongside. And row 11, Antonio Teixeira for Nebulous Racing with Rudolf Rin, another newcomer to the series, part of the talent pool in this series. Kim Hauschild on row 12 with Georgi Donchev alongside row 13, Clement Matteo and Bashar Mardini. Row 14, Jan-Erik Sluten, experienced pilot with Ahmad Al-Shihab alongside. And row 15, Aaron Mason from the UK and Christoph Langer alongside him. The final row of the grid has Holger Harmsen and Sebastian Glazer. It's 32 cars. That's the maximum number allowed in a Porsche Carrera Cup race. And there is the championship positions. Larry Tenforder just 12 points ahead of Lauren Heinrich. Leon Köhler's win yesterday, elevating him up to 3rd ahead of Ayhan Changuven, Christopher Zirkling and Max van Splunteren.
With 32 cars on the grid, it means that the drivers on the front row have got a long while to wait before those at the back of the pack go into their grid boxes. Air temperature just under 20 degrees. Track temperature is just under 35 degrees. And conditions set fair, if you will, for this 30-minute race from the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Delighted that you're with us, and hold on to everything, because with 32 cars on the track, action is never going to be far away. And as you can see, Ayhan Changuven almost has time to take some coffee on board before the final cars are into their grid boxes, ready for the start of this race. Okay, the final cars making their way into the grid. Stand by. We are about to go racing.
Track conditions are perfect. It's a little bit windy, and there have been warnings about the wind that might catch drivers out, so we'll keep an eye on that. 30 minutes of racing ahead of us. It's the second race of the weekend. It's the 6th race of a 16-race season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We are waiting for those 5 red lights to go off. They go off very quickly indeed, and it's Ayhan Şengün who steps off pole position with Lauren Heinrich trying to drag race him towards turn 1. Here comes Leon Köhler on the outside as well, and it looks like Lauren Heinrich has the racing line. Ayhan Şengün going deep into the corner. Here comes Guven back again along towards turn 2, taken flat out. Look at Leon Köhler picking up a slipstream from behind the lead duo. Leon Köhler currently in 3rd place, but looking to challenge in between the leading 2. Into the corner they come. It's Lauren Heinrich who leads the way.
Absolutely fantastic start from all the drivers, all the cars getting away well. Larry Ten Voorde with an excellent start, and he's battling with Julian Hanses here. He's on the outside of Julian Hanses, going to try and get to the inside as they run into turn number 4. And what is going to happen here? Look how busy it is. All of a sudden, Julian Hanses holds on. Larry Ten Voorde, this is a brilliant shot from being on board. This is how tricky it is if you're on the outside line, Brian.
How close is this? Riding on board with Bastian Buss, and he's been very, very impressive. You can see the view. He's right in the traffic. It looks like all of the cars have survived the start. Bastian Buss is the leading rookie driver. It's Lauren Heinrich who leads the way. A great start from him. He got his elbows out. He held on. And Leon Köhler in 2nd, Ayhan Şengün in 3rd. Larry Ten Voorde has got a lot of work to do from further back if he wants to extend that championship lead, because as things are at the moment, he's caught up in the traffic. All of these cars are equal. Overtaking not easy as we come round to complete the first lap.
Absolutely right. All the cars are equal. It's talent and driving talent alone.
Oh.
And Larry Ten Voorde behind Julian Hanses at the moment for P5. That's where he's sitting. So Heinrich, Köhler, Guven, Hanses, Ten Voorde. Then it's Zürchling, who's got ahead of Bastian Buss. Then it's Max van Splinter and Dorian Boccolacci and Jesse van Kooij.
And look at Dorian Boccolacci on the inside of Max van Splinter. And Boccolacci, an absolute entertainer in the Porsche Carrera Cup. We saw him at Spa. He's guesting here again. And Dorian Boccolacci lining up the car in front. He wants that 8th position. They head up towards turn 3. The best overtaking opportunity on the track, under braking. And Dorian Boccolacci is moving forwards. So here's Dorian Boccolacci at the front of that queue. You can see Max, that's the 26 car, Jesse van Kooij in there as well. Here's our leader, Lauren Heinrich. He's opened up a bit, and that's Jan-Erik Sluten, who is going slowly there, clearly had a moment. But Lauren Heinrich has broken away a bit at the front of the pack. That's Rudy van Buren in the number 57 car.
He is. He's hanging around the outside there, isn't he? Which is always a dangerous place, because if you dip wheels into the gravel, it could be curtains for you. But in the meantime, Heinrich and Köhler, and also Guven and Hanses and Ten Voorde with Zürchling. And the cars are settling down a little bit now. And there you can see in the Phoenix Racing Garage then the tension and the stresses. And this a replay of turn 3.
So let's just have a look at what we're looking at. Is this Jan-Erik Sluten? Yes, it is. It's Sluten who gets turned around, whether he lost that or whether it was contact.
Yeah, I think looking at it, he lost it rather than there being any assistance in that, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Right, Lauren Heinrich has broken away just a little bit. There's a lot of challenges going on. Look at Bastian Buss. He's lining up Christopher Zürchling.
I agree.
Bastian Buss, he is our entertainer of the year, without a doubt. He raced at Oschersleben with the rearranged front end and appeared to make his Porsche go faster, actually, having neglected a tyre. Look at Dorian Boccolacci in 8th place, and he might easily be giving Bastian Buss a bit of attention before too long as well. But Buss put in the heat on Christopher Zürchling, and up into turn 3.
Brilliant.
Great stuff. And Zürchling, a wise old fox, and it takes a lot to outmaneuver Christopher Zürchling, and that's what Bastian Buss has just done.
And Zürchling, to be fair to him, he didn't close the door, did he? Because the Buss, it was bold and ambitious, but Zürchling knew he was there, and he didn't close the door. There would have been a clatter between the two of them. So fair play, Bastian Buss.
And mature driving, Zürchling would know that if he had closed that door, they could have both ended up in the gravel trap. But look at Dorian Boccolacci closing in. That was great. The closing gap, and Zürchling saw him there, gave him the space. I have to say, big credit to the 27 car. And but now Dorian Boccolacci has closed in on them as well. So I think Boccolacci is moving forward. The quickest man on the track at the moment is actually Ayhan Şengün, who's been putting in purple sectors. But our leader as well is opening up a gap. So Lauren Heinrich, and there's a car into the gravel. It's the 23
That's Aaron Mason.
Yeah, so the UK driver guesting this weekend in the Martinet by Almiras car, and that is going to bring out a safety car, surely, because he is going absolutely nowhere. In fact, he's definitely going nowhere because he's getting out. Here comes the safety car.
Well, all the good efforts by Lauren Heinrich to build up that 7.5 tenths gap over Leon Köhler will count as 0. How did this happen? Contact there with the number 14 car of Ahmed Al-Shahab.
Yeah, so Aaron Mason dispatched into the gravel. The stewards will be taking a look at that. So, well, the one good bit is it gives us a chance to take a breath, because that was a very lively first 5 minutes. And
actually, having looked at that again, I think he just lost the back end of the car. I take it back to Ahmed because I don't think he was involved in that.
Yeah.
There's Herman again with his safety car board.
Said Herman has been doing a good job all weekend, because the safety car has been appearing right, left and centre through every class that we've seen this weekend. Actually, I'm not sure we've had any races without a safety car so far here at the Red Bull Ring. So here it comes again. Fuel it up, get it back on track. The clock keeps running, so we've still got a little over 24 minutes left. They'll want to move that stranded car as quickly as possible, and Lauren Heinrich will be keen to get racing.
They might use this opportunity to clear some of the debris as well from the exit of turn 1, Brian. I just noticed that there. They might use this neutralisation phase as an opportunity perhaps to do that. But in the meantime, the safety car is out. This recovery should not take a long while. This is a replay of the start, friend.
And you can see all the cars got away nice and cleanly. And
Tenforder with a good start.
It was, but Larry Tenforder is still down in P5. And may I remind you that the stewards are investigating what we have just seen, the incident between 14 and 23. And you can see that fight into the first corner, that drag race, so important. And Leon Köhler very nearly got a slipstream off both of them. And this is the beautiful one. There's me saying everyone got away. Clearly, there are two cars that didn't, so we didn't see that because it was obscured by the barrier. But you can see there, is that Rudolf Rien? Might
Teixeira.
Or was it Teixeira?
I don't know.
Certainly a couple of cars, hard to see. And look at Köhler. I really thought Köhler was going to get into the lead here, because he picked up a great slipstream of Lauren Heinrich, and then you see here he ducks in behind him, and round turn 2 just taken flat out. Right, the view from Christopher Zirkling, and here the whine of the transmission as the Porsche Carrera Cups get going, and he mugged Bastian Buss up towards turn 1 under braking, and that was Larry Tenforder that he went round the outside of. So Christopher Zirkling in the battles right from the word go. You can see how deep they were going. Now, those bollards that you can see, the cars are required to go on the left-hand side of them as you look at it.
However,
but the opening lap, the stewards do give a little bit of leeway because the track is so crowded. And to be honest, if they all tried to stay on the track, they'd probably all end up in a big pile. This is the view from our pole sitter, Ayhan Çenguven, who's now down into 3rd place. What I was about to say was Larry Tenforder down in 5th place. May I remind you that Larry Tenforder has not finished off the podium since 2019 in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's finished on the podium in every race in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany since 2019. So he's got a bit of work to do if he wants to keep that record going.
Now, having seen from yet another camera angle, I think Ahmed Al-Shahab perhaps did make contact with the Aaron car just before. Let's look at it again.
I mean, you saw on your screen that the stewards are investigating it.
I think he had been unsettled.
Yeah, the stewards are having a look, so clearly they think there may have been some contact. And Mason, fortunately, didn't make contact with a fence, so it looks like he's avoided any damage. But he will be frustrated. He's come over from the UK for this, and he slams the door. Probably best if he goes and sits on his own and cools down for a bit, because that's a frustrating incident for the British driver.
So we are running behind the safety car then with Lauren Heinrich from Leon Köhler, Ayhan Çenguven, Julian Hanses, Larry Tenforder, the hard-charging Bastian Buss. Then it is Christopher Zirkling. And one to keep an eye on running in P8 at the moment is Dorian Boccalacci, ahead of Max van Splunderen and Rudy van Buren. That is the top 10. Of course, the race effectively, Brian, gets neutralised here because behind the safety car, any gaps that anyone had created, not that there'd been many to be fair, because as you'd pointed out, quite deftly if I may say, just how close all these cars are in terms of performance. And they're all going to be bunched up together once again. So when the safety car does come in. Now, where the Mason car was, I cannot imagine it will take a lot to recover it from there. So I don't think this is going to be an elongated safety car phase. Although after saying that, the lights are still on now. There has to be a period of time for the safety car to escape up the road and for the drivers to be given warn that the safety car is coming in. And therefore, I think at this stage of the lap, it will probably have to do another one.
One of the things we have seen in the past is that safety cars do tend to breed safety cars. And the cars will be all bunched up together. And of course, as we look at Bastian Buss and see him trying to keep heat in his tyres, what happens is that when we go back to green flag conditions, the drivers see it as a great opportunity to make up places when the cars are all stacked up together. And so often, you'll see a safety car, we'll get back to green flag racing, and then we're back under safety car again. I imagine Dorian Boccolacci...
Such a prophet of positivity.
Yes, I bring glad tidings, and we're looking at a replay here. That's Christopher Zirkling, and so that's the view from Dorian Boccolacci. Was that a bit of over... Oh, that's a replay. So I just thought that was behind the safety car replay, but it wasn't. So yes, Dorian Boccolacci, I think, will be one to watch, as we've already mentioned, because he will be looking to make up places.
This overtake was so bold.
Are we keeping you up there?
Sorry, it was so bold. Safety cars coming in at the conclusion of this lap. Thank you for highlighting my inadequacies in terms of sleep. It's kind of you.
We have an audience here, which is great news. It's a limited number because of COVID restrictions, but so good to welcome people back here again.
Nice to see.
Yes,
nice
absolutely. Safety car, the lights will go off shortly and control of the race will be handed over to Lauren Heinrich. It will be up to him to decide when to hit the accelerator. Shortly, he will back off from this safety car. He cannot slow down too much, otherwise he could pick up a penalty. He cannot slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. Has to keep a fairly consistent speed, but he will control the pace. He will decide when to go. Leon Köhler's job, and indeed Ayhancan Guven's job, will be to anticipate that and try and beat him to the line. So safety car starts, always great fun.
Yes, they are. So Lauren Heinrich, then this will be a test. The lights go out on the safety car. It disappears up the road. And as Brian has indicated, the responsibility for the restart falls to the pace-setting Lauren Heinrich now, by dint of him being P1. On board here, the Ayhancan Guven car, who's going to try and anticipate. So too is Leon Köhler.
You can see what Lauren Heinrich is doing. He's weaving, getting heat into the tyres, making it look like he's not going to go, and then suddenly hits the accelerator, tries to get Leon Köhler napping. Doesn't do that. Köhler has anticipated it well.
They all have.
And the cars are going to get a good slipstream here, particularly out of turn 1 towards turn 2 and 3. And already you can see a challenge. That's Larry Tenforder looking on the inside of Julian Hanses. So Larry Tenforder, one of the people, going to be taking advantage of the slipstream if he possibly can. Again, they use the marker merely as an obstacle in the way, but as the race continues, they will be required to stay on the track side of that marker. Up towards turn 3 we come. It's Heinrich, Köhler, Guven, the rest of the field coming through. Not much change, but Bastian Buss coming under pressure from Christopher Zirkling down in 6th place.
So Larry Tenforder has got in his target sights, of course, Ayhancan Guven. Here comes Christopher Zirkling on the outside of Bastian Buss, trying to wrestle that place back again. It's going to mean all the way around the outside of turn 4. Bastian Buss on the inside. What Zirkling doesn't want to do is leave himself vulnerable to Dorian Boccolacci, which is exactly what he has done. But now we're on board with Bastian Buss. You can see the race between Christopher Zirkling and Dorian Boccolacci, but Zirkling has got the inside line for the next turn. So good effort from Zirkling to try and get by Bastian Buss and then slot himself back in and not make himself vulnerable to Dorian Boccolacci.
And that's Luke Hartog looking to the inside of Jesse Van Kooyk. Hartog in the distinctive wasp-like car with Jesse Van Kooyk behind. Of course, they start in single file. It's a great opportunity to make places. It's a great opportunity to lose places, because when you move to the outside, you can get railroaded. We're looking at the back of Luke Hartog's car and getting very up close and personal. I don't think there was any contact, but these cars running incredibly close together.
I love this splitter cam. What a fantastic shot this gives us running up towards turn number 1 now. Drivers take this at an extraordinary speed. You just touch the curb on the inside apex of the turn. Too much of the curb, it really unsettles the car. And there, the cars all coming through. And as you say, those bollards that are on the exit of turn number 1 that you're supposed to stay to the left of have become something of a target.
Look at Boccolacci. Boccolacci going to the outside 3 abreast into turn 3. Boccolacci, we knew he was going to be entertaining. He's here as a guest. I think he's got a point to prove. He's turning the heat up on Christopher Zirkling, and I think Boccolacci is going to make a move. And Zirkling going for a challenge on Bastian Buss, but he is going to let Boccolacci in if he is not careful. As we look ahead from Ayhan Şengüven, you can see Lauren Heinrich has opened up that lead. He's taken this race by the scruff of the neck. I want to see the battle further back with Bastian Buss, if I'm honest, because that is incredibly close with Zirkling and Boccolacci all mixing it together.
That is an extraordinary three-way fight. Luke Hartog has made his way past Jesse Van Koik. And there you can see, for the moment, Zirkling is still fighting with Bastian Buss. Lauren Heinrich, as you've rightly said, has built up 8/10ths of margin between himself and Leon Köhler. Köhler, of course, his rearview mirror full of Ayhan Şengüven, who's looking very lively. Then there's a bit of a gap back. Julian Hansen's doing a good job in terms of defending from the hugely experienced and quick Larry Ten Voorde. He's holding on to that P4 place.
So Larry Ten Voorde uncharacteristically down in 5th place. Now look at Ayhan Şengüven lining up Leon Köhler, picking up a slipstream, just filling his mirrors. If he's going to make a move, it could be here. This is around turn 2, which you take absolutely flat out. It's merely a kink in the track. Up the hill towards turn 3, which is the best overtaking opportunity if he can pick up a slipstream. But he's dropped back a bit there from Leon Köhler. Up the hill they come, but look at this behind Larry Ten Voorde on the outside of Julian Hanses. Surely he's not going to make that stick. He switches to the inside. Julian Hanses looks to have that covered off.
Well, he's got to have momentum coming out, and he does. So he's able to close the door because you need the inside line theoretically going into turn 4, though we have seen people go around the outside. And is Larry Ten Voorde going to have a go at that right now? To the outside of Julian Hanses. If he can hold the momentum, that would give him the inside for the next turn. But Julian Hanses doing a good job in defending here, and this is why Hanses is dropping back from Ayhan Şengüven, because he's absolutely full of Larry Ten Voorde, who's also going to be full of Bastian Buss any moment now, who is getting closer and closer, and Christopher Zirkling remains ahead of Dorian Boccolacci despite Boccolacci's best efforts. This is a brilliant race.
It's fantastic, and when they're running side by side or competing with each other so closely, it does allow the car behind to close in, and Bastian Buss will very soon be making this a 3-way battle. In fact, Dorian Boccolacci might be making it a 4-way battle. You're looking at the fight for 4th place. Julian Hanses in the white and blue car, Larry Ten Voorde in the orange car, and Bastian Buss in the blue car. Christopher Zirkling, number 27, also closing in. This is a great fight, isn't it? Up towards turn 1, under heavy braking, and now this is the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit.
Julian Hanses very quickly becoming something of a cork in a bottle here, because the hard-charging cars behind from Larry Ten Voorde and Bastian Buss and Christopher Zirkling as they run up towards turn number 3. Where is Ten Voorde going to try and put that car? Hanses covers off the inside line, then takes the middle of the track to prevent anyone as... Whoa, that's a little love tap from Bastian Buss to tell Larry Ten Voorde, just in case you didn't know, friend, I am here.
And I'm told they put the radiators in a particular position towards the front of these cars to avoid too much contact. And Bastian Buss, it was just a tap, wasn't going to do any damage, but Larry Ten Voorde certainly knew he was there. So Larry Ten Voorde feeling the presence of Bastian Buss on his rear bumper. That is the view from Bastian Buss' splitter. Again, Julian Hanses holding on to that position. Larry Ten Voorde, Bastian Buss, Christopher Zirkling, and Dorian Boccolacci.
Fair play to Hanses. It's the most pressure as Al Shahab is out. Where is that on the track? Oh, he gets it going again. Ahmed Al Shahab then for MRS GT Racing does get the car pointing in the right direction again. This is probably the most defending Hanses has ever had to do from drivers behind him, and he's doing a great job here. Really is. And let's go on board with this splitter cam now, looking from Bastian Buss at Larry Ten Voorde. Where can Bastian try and position the car now to try and get the better of Larry Ten Voorde? He's got the pace. So as they run through turn number 1, and ignore the pylons and bollards, which are no longer there, it's like a 4-way scrap that's going on here for P4, isn't it? It's between Hanses, Ten Voorde, Buss, Zirkling, and also Boccolacci, and out, I think that's Lucas Groeneveld.
It is Lucas Groeneveld. Here comes Larry Ten Voorde again on the outside into turn 3. This is the opportunity that Bastian Buss is looking for. Is Larry Ten Voorde going to lose a place in his attempt to get past? Absolutely great stuff, and you can see Bastian Buss looks like he's having a calm Sunday afternoon drive in the park, doesn't it? So he's on his way, but he's got the heat on. Larry Ten Voorde moves to the inside. They don't make contact, and Larry Ten Voorde is going to lose a place to Christopher Zirkling as well. It was the slightest of taps, wasn't it? But
yes.
Ten Porter not having the race that he was expecting. He's held off Christopher Zirkling, but has now let Bastian Busch through. Ten Porter's down in 6th.
That's two very, very bold moves we've seen from Bastian Busch, who's not afraid to put that car just where everyone doesn't want it to be.
The young driver has really impressed here and has made Larry Ten Porter sit up and take notice, because Bastian Busch on a mission going forwards. All of this is allowing Lauren Heinrich to open up his lead at the front. What he doesn't want is a safety car. We're looking again at that move, and there was possibly the slightest bit of contact. It certainly wasn't much.
Ten Porter saw him there and dialed out of it, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, discretion is the better part of valor, because if he'd have been in the gravel trap, he would have got nothing.
Contact was extremely light, but I mean, Bastian Busch, I'm so impressed because, up against Larry Ten Porter, one of, if not the, extraordinarily successful drivers in Carrera Cup. He was just going to go for it, wasn't he? Ian Chan Guven now on Leon Köhler. This is as close as Ian Chan Guven has been on Leon Köhler. This is a fight for P2. Lauren Heinrich has disappeared up the road by 1.8 seconds. And the fight for P2 continues. We're on board with Ian Chan Guven now. Is he going to try and get to the inside? I don't think he's quite close enough to be able to do it on Leon Köhler. Leon Köhler, who of course celebrated success yesterday, defending this P2 position from Ian Chan Guven. Then it is Julian Hanses, who's steadfast in P4. Here comes Guven, taking a look at the inside. He's really trying to worry Leon Köhler ahead of him. But good defensive driving from Köhler as well, who's not yielding to the stresses and the attack that is being gifted to him by Ian Chan Guven.
Great driving from Ian Chan Guven, and great driving from Leon Köhler, and keeping onto that concentration, keeping the car on the racing line, not making any mistakes is so important. But Ian Chan Guven clearly looking to use the slipstream to good effect. This is going to be where Köhler is most vulnerable. Turns 1, 2 and 3. You can see looking through the mirror, Leon Köhler knows that Ian Chan Guven is there. He's going to feel him closer and closer. He's going to see him in his mirrors. And in towards turn 1, right, this is it. Ian Chan Guven, this is his best opportunity. Absolutely flat out towards turn 3, doing something close to 235 kilometers an hour in 5th gear. And then it's going to be a hard braking into turn 3 and defending that position.
Köhler is just looking to see where he is to make sure that his car compromises the corner and doesn't let Guven alongside, but this could be the best chance for Ian Chan Guven. He's got the inside line on Leon Köhler. The inside line is the line you need for turn 4. This could be a change for P2. Leon Köhler looks on. He knows he left the door open. Ian Chan Guven did not need the gilt-edged invitation because he's gone through. P2 for Guven. Great overtake.
Fantastic stuff. Good, clean racing. These cars so equal and all about driving skill and driving talent. Ian Chan Guven moves up into 2nd place. Of course, while they've been doing all that, look who has opened up a gap. It's Lauren Heinrich. He's got a little under 7.5 minutes of this race remaining, and he has a good gap. Without a safety car, he's not going to be easily caught. Ian Chan Guven had a replay there to the outside of Leon Köhler, and then cuts back to the inside, does the switchback out of turn 3, a classic move, and used the slipstream to good effect, used the switchback to good effect, and took that place away. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, he executed that absolutely perfectly, and at this point, Köhler knew that's it. I've not going to be able to defend this in turn 4 because he is going to have the optimum line, and that is what Ian Chan Guven had, and he went through. So change for P2 then, as you quite rightly mentioned. While all that fight was going on, Heinrich has just been up the road. He's got 3.5 seconds worth of gap between P2. Now, Julian Hanses, who'd done such a good job in his stoic defense against Larry Ten Porter, has, if I may say, the rather more bold Bastian Busch to try and hold up now. And I don't mean hold up in any disrespectful way, because Hanses has been doing a great job. But Bastian Busch, he's not afraid of sticking his oar in.
And that's exactly what he's doing. Both these drivers are in the Porsche talent pool, young drivers that are learning together. But Bastian Busch, he takes no prisoners. He's only 17 years old, can you believe? He's the leading rookie driver in this race by some considerable distance. And he is looking for that 4th place from Julian Hanses.
So Julian then, I've been really impressed because he's not been worried or harried by those impressive drivers behind him. He's been doing a very good job in holding on to that P4 place. Unfortunately, because he's had to be defending, he's not been able to get up the road on the others. But now you can see the Hanses pace because he and Bastian Boos are breaking away from Ten Porter and Zöchling and Boccolacci and Max van Splunteren and Rudy van Buren, who round out the top 10. So is Bastian Boos going to have a go here now? Is he lining Julian Hanses up? Into turn 1 they come. Clip just a little bit of the curb, run as wide as you dare. And now it is the race up to turn 3. Ignore turn 2. It's taken absolutely full chat flat. But where is Hanses? He's going to protect the inside line, as you can see. Bastian's going to try exactly as he did on Larry Ten Voorde in terms of getting to the inside, but he's not been able to do it. So brilliant driving there from Hanses, who denies Boos, and that will be frustrating for Bastian. You can see the lap evolution, the gap evolution between Hanses and Bastian Boos. So Hanses then, a little touch there from Bastian Boos to say, hey, your talent pool friend is right behind you. Like he didn't know that.
Oh, we got problems, and it's the Bastian Mardini car that's parked up now. Where is this parked up? It looks like it's moving because Lauren Heinrich is dreading a safety car. He's got a 3.2 second lead over Ayhan Şengüven, and a safety car would ruin that. We'll just look at Larry Ten Voorde as well, down in P6. He doesn't know what it's like down there. He's going to need a map to get out of that place. Bastian Boos in front of him. It looks to be moving away. So Larry Ten Voorde, uncharacteristically not as on the pace as we would expect. Now look here again, Bastian Boos lining up Julian Hanses again onto the pit straight. Going to be using the slipstream to good effect. We'll get close to him into turn 1, and then will almost certainly make his move again as they head towards turns 2 and 3. Here we go, under braking into turn 1. This is where he needs to be as close as he possibly can be. It's foot to the floor, absolutely all the beans. Here he comes, picking up the slipstream. Bastian Boos looking to the inside. Is he close enough? He goes to the outside into turn 3. Is he going to switch back to the inside? He looks, but Julian Hanses has him well and truly covered off. At the moment, there's a bit of contact, and Bastian Boos saying, come on, hurry up, I'm coming through, get out of the way. And he hasn't given up yet as they head towards turn 4. Look how close they are, absolutely glued together under braking. Tap, there you go, get out of the way. Another little tap, lock up the brake. Hanses has gone wide. Is that going to get a penalty? It's opening the door to Larry Ten Voorde as well.
That was right out of the school of Mr. M. Collard Racing. That was just a little love tap there. And Bastian Boos, it was enough to unsettle the Julian Hanses car. And Julian Hanses then, what he did do, he was able to prevent a whole train of cars, including Larry Ten Voorde and Christopher Zöchling and Dorian Boccolacci, from going through as well. He closed the door. Let's see it again.
I wonder if the stewards are going to take a dim view on this. That was a little bit stock car into the corner. He did give him a tap. They do get away with a little bit of rubbing in this, but look, Larry Ten Voorde also getting in there as well, and very nearly got past Hanses.
You can see Hanses had to lock up, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, and he will be protesting about that, I have no doubt, so we'll keep an eye on that. But Bastian Boos currently showing in 4th place.
Bastian will be saying he brake tested me, truthfully.
Yeah.
You know, there'll be an argument between the two of them. But in fairness, the damage has been minimised, and here comes Hanses back at Bastian Boos. Now he's going to have another go coming back. Fair play to the chap. Look at this, he's done it!
Wow, and he didn't even need to get into the corner. He came out of the slipstream, got the slingshot past him. Now Larry Ten Voorde getting the bumper in as well, and Christopher Zöchling's got it all wrong, made contact with Dorian Boccolacci, and Zöchling has gone spinning. So Christopher Zöchling, what happened there? He just lost it. He made contact with Dorian Boccolacci, and the Bastian Boos car was told to give that position back to Julian Hanses, so that's why it was so easy. The stewards told them to swap the places back, and that caused all sorts of chaos behind, with Bastian Boos getting off the accelerator, and Christopher Zöchling kind of got caught out with all the cars slowing, collected Dorian Boccolacci, and went spinning around. But Bastian Boos was told to give that place back, which is great, because a drive-through penalty would have been too severe. And there's Zöchling going spinning. Boccolacci hopefully got away without too much damage in that. Zöchling will be very frustrated.
Who then did fastest time lap backwards as he tried to put the car back in the right direction again. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah,
that was all
close.
change, wasn't it?
And Larry Tenforder almost got involved in that as well. And that was all brought about by Bastian Busch needing to swap those positions back on the instruction of the steward. Drive-through penalty would have been too harsh. And Zirkling, I should think that was a bit of a brown alert moment going on there with facing the cars coming the other way. And Zirkling goes spinning. And
unfortunately, he's dropped down now too. And that's really, really a shame because Zirkling has provided some great entertainment. Forgive the graphics, Racing Control saying that car number 99 and 18 have to change the position.
They've done it.
Trust me, they've done that.
And caused carnage
as a consequence.
Meanwhile, this man here is escaped up the road 3.5 seconds. Lauren Heinrich has taken this race by the scruff of the neck. Ian Changuven not really got anything for him. That battle with Köhler put him on the back foot. So Ian Changuven 3.5 seconds back. He's got Köhler in his review mirrors, but it doesn't look like Leon Köhler is going to go any further forwards. Julian Hanses back up to 4th with the omnipresent Bastian Busch. Bastian Busch looking to take that place back again. I don't think Bastian Busch is quite done yet. Here he comes across the brow of the hill. Larry Tenforder in 6th place. Dorian Boccalacci looks like he survived that contact in 7th. Probably going to need a bit of panel bashing on that door. But here we go. We're going to be approaching the last lap. And here it is. The last lap starts. It's Lauren Heinrich who leads the way.
If we could throw anything else to this, let me advise that Larry Tenforder is being warned about track limits. I mean, it's going to be the last car running. Heinrich, Guven, Köhler, and then Julian Hanses. And you're absolutely right. Bastian Busch still is going to want this P4 place. But to be fair, Hanses has gapped him a little bit. This is the final lap. As there is Hanses, there's Busch, there's Tenforder. What a race. What a race.
I have to say credit to the stewards for swapping those places back. They could have been a lot more draconian. You can see it there. That was the swap of places as Bastian Busch moved over out of the slipstream. Came Julian Hanses, and he was able to take that position back. Almost lost positions to Larry Tenforder as well, but good driving from Bastian Busch. And Zirkling fairly optimistic under braking into turn 3. But the focus now is on this man here. It's the number 92 for Van Berger Huber Racing is Lauren Heinrich. He's in the closing stages of the final lap. He's led this race from the very beginning. And here he comes around turns 9 and 10. And he is going to see the checkered flag in front of him is Lauren Heinrich, who comes round to win race 6 of the season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Ian Changuven, ahead of Leon Köhler, occupy the remaining podium places. Then it's Julian Hanses, celebrations in the pits. Then the highest placed rookie, the very impressive and entertaining Bastian Busch in 5th place. Championship leader Larry Tenforder scoring his worst finish since 2019 in 6th. Then the guesting Dorian Boccalacci. Then Rudy Van Buren, Max van Splunter, and the highest finishing, the leading Pro-Am driver, Carlos Rivas, who was 15th on the road, and Kim Hauschild, who was 16th.
Should we mention Dorian Boccalacci, of course, crossing the line with half of Christopher Soechling's car in his door. So good showing from Dorian Boccalacci. What an extraordinary Carrera Cup Germany race. And well done, Lauren Heinrich. He just got his head down, didn't he, and finished with a margin of 2.7 seconds over Ian Changuven, who takes P2, and Leon Köhler, who, of course, will be P3. Wow. Supreme race. Really, really enjoyable. Everything that the Carrera Cup should be. Bit of panel rubbing here and there, a few love taps here and there, and absolutely wringing the neck out of these cars to get the most out of them.
It is, as our good friend Burkhard Bethel says, it is pure racing. That's exactly what it is. That's why he loves it. And it's because it's equal cars. There's no penalties. It's in terms of the cars against each other. It's equal racing. It is pure racing. And that's why we love it so much. And Lauren Heinrich, he clearly loves the Red Bull Ring. He finished on the podium in all 3. There were 3 races here last year for the Porsche Carrera Cup. And he finished on the podium in all 3 of those. This year, he has moved it to the top step. So he will be absolutely delighted with that. Lauren Heinrich, that will have done his championship standings absolutely no harm whatsoever. Coming into this event, he was second in the championships, just 5 points behind Larry Tenford. Of course, we had yesterday's race, and Lauren Heinrich finished 4th yesterday. Larry Tenford finished 2nd, but this would have made a lot of difference. There's Christophe Joubert, clearly very happy.
I thought he was going to lift him. Steady on. So look at the delight in the Carrera Cup car. Wow. Here, then, confirmation of the classification. Lauren Heinrich taking the win from Ayan-Chan Guven. Then it's Leon Köhler ahead of Julian Hanses and Bastien Boos. Larry Temporda, P6, P7, Dorian Boccolacci ahead of Rudy Van Buren. Then it's Max Van Splunteren, Lua Kartog, Honkavori, Van Koik, Kaibak, Chicinola, Rivas, who's the best of the Pro-Ams, and then House Shield and the rest of the order you can see.
Wow.
What a race.
Need a little lie down after that, I think.
Loved it. I loved it.
Incredible stuff.
Lauren Heinrich then.
And
Way to go, friend.
This is what we like to see, is races where maybe some of the fancied runners are a little bit further down on the grid, and you get that level of competition, and you see the panel rubbing, and we've got, I mean, you have to say that with the talent pool at the moment, the future of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany is very safe, because there are so many chargers, and you look at the likes of Bastien Boos and even the young drivers like Maurice Schuring, who finished in 18th. These younger drivers that are coming through, and they're not scared to mix it with the veterans. And of course, Lauren Heinrich, who is no fossil himself. I mean, he's one of the young up-and-coming drivers as well, as indeed is Ayan-Chan Guven and Leon Köhler, who's been around for a couple of years. All of these drivers who are
fossil.
not one of these old fossils, and they're coming through the ranks and they're challenging. There's the championship standings. Larry Tenford has been removed from the top. Lauren Heinrich goes to the top, and Ayan-Chan Guven in 3rd. So anybody who thought this was going to be a walkover for Larry Tenford, and with Dylan Pereira,
I think it's fair to say you and I thought that could be the case.
I think so too. I mean, Dylan Pereira, Mikael Ammermuller, who have been his main challengers over the last couple of years, have moved on to other GT classes. We thought Larry Tenford was going to walk it. Quite the opposite, and as we've already mentioned, his worst result since 2019, 6th place.
Can I big up my buddy Holger Harmsen? Finished P8 in Pro-Am. Fair play.
Very good. Well done to Holger Harmsen, and we don't see that much of the Pro-Am battling, particularly when you've got a race like that. But there are fights going on all the way down through the grid. There is the Driver Championship, the Rookie Championship, the Pro-Am Championship, and the Team Championship. They're all fights that we are focusing on, as well as we see Lauren Heinrich taking a well-earned drink. I should think he'll be reflecting on that race for a long time. Although, having said that, Heinrich really had a fairly quiet one compared to everybody else. Started on the outside front row, and disappeared off into the distance, really. Yeah,
and do you know what? It's a hard job being a TV director, and when you've got to try and cover everything in a race that is so action-packed as that one, fair play. We caught nearly everything. Heinrich, Guven, and Köhler, the drivers we'll be seeing up. But to be fair, there's probably 8 or 9 drivers that you would put on a podium for entertainment value, aren't there?
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Absolute entertainment from all of them, and they keep us thoroughly entertained. Of course, we go from here to Monza next weekend. It's a back-to-back weekend for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, and next weekend the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany celebrates its 350th race. So that is quite a milestone in itself. So it'll be Monza next weekend, 2 races. Then to the newly remodeled Zandvoort, and that's early in July for 2 rounds. Then the Nürburgring in August, Sachsenring in October, and it all comes to a close at Hockenheim, and that is towards the end of October. They started at Spa-Francorchamps, the end of April, beginning of May, and have been purely entertaining the full distance. Gosh, that was quite something, as we see Ayan-Chan Guven giving us the thumbs up, and the cool-down room, and very shortly, we hope to bring you these drivers on the podium.
Indeed, so it is the podium preparation area. There is Leon then, who wipes away dust, sweat, and various panel parts from Carrera Cup. Although, in fairness, he didn't get involved in anything, didn't he?
Dust, sweat, and tears.
Where's my dear friend Burkhard Bechtel? There he is, about to. Leon Köhler then heads out to the podium.
Leon Köhler in P3. Second place, Ayhan Cengiz.
And we're standing by for the race winner, Lauren Heinrich, to make his way to the top step of the podium.
Talent pool driver on the top step, and the talent pool, which is coached and mentored by former Porsche works driver Wolf Hensler. Job done, national anthem. So national anthem done, and 2 races, both thoroughly entertaining, but that one especially. In my opinion, probably, as we see Yuri Isaac, the big boss of Porsche Motorsport.
Mr. Isaac to you and me.
Sir, presenting the trophy, Sir Isaac. And Gustav Benz, the head of marketing and sales at Project Spielberg.
And what a good job they've done with Project Spielberg and this Red Bull Ring circuit. It's extraordinary.
Absolutely, and you think that Red Bull Ring has been featuring prominently in motorsport during the pandemic. Good job done. They've kept motorsport going in Austria without a doubt, and been hosting all sorts of classes. But yes, of all the races this year, I think we've decided that that's probably our favourite of the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany so far, isn't it? That was thoroughly entertaining.
I mean, a 4.3 kilometre circuit, 32 cars, all of those cars, Carrera Cup cars. Couldn't not be a good race, could it?
Great stuff. And hopefully we can have a nice full grid again at Monza. That's going to be exciting next weekend. The Temple of Speed. Yes, and love Monza and all the history that goes with it. Of course, this track has a fair bit of history, but the Red Bull Ring, as it became in 2011, has staged one of the great races of the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Celebrations aplenty. We say thank you, Porsche Carrera Cup, for keeping us entertained. Please do it again. We'll see you in Monza next weekend. Bye-bye.